Okay, so this section we're going to talk about the magic items that we have available to us. Selection has gone down quite a bit. It's really just these 3 pages, that's it! So, but we'll see. Maybe it's not going to be that bad. I'll pull up the old items so we can compare as to kind of what changes are. So the Blade of Leaping Gold. So this has the same name as the old book. It costs 10 more points, and in addition to the +3 attacks that it had before, this Blade of Leaping Gold ignores armor save. So for 10 more points, any 6s to wound will ignore armor save. So 1 in 6 chance that you might get a hit that ignores armor save. So maybe that's not as good as I initially had thought when I looked at it. Star Lance. So the old Star Lance did not allow armor saves and gave +3 strength on the charge. Oh, this is interesting. This is a change. Basically, the Star Lance in the old book lets you have the +3 strength on the turn they charge and no armor saves against the weapon at all times. In this book, if the bearer did not successfully charge this turn, or the mount has been slain, he must instead fight with another weapon. So, the no armor saves is only on a turn they charged. It also costs 10 less points than the old book. The Reaver Bow costs 15 less points in this book. It used to allow the bearer to shoot 3 times and resolve its strength 6. This is same range, +1 strength, and volley fire and multiple shots. So I think multiple shots 3 means you get to hit 3 times. There we go. And instead of resolving in a straight strength 5, it's a +1 strength. So depending on what your champion or the user bow has, it's +1 strength. So basically, from the old book, we're losing Sword of Hoth, White Sword, Blade of Sea Gold, and Fobane. So that's a lot of stuff lost. So the Armor of Keldor used to cost only 25 points and gave a 2+ armor save that couldn't be improved, and the Armor of Keldor counted as dragon armor, which was, pretty good for 25 points. So now it's the same, basically, except that this gives 2+ armor and a 6+ ward save. And the Fireborn special rule is basically what the dragon armor rule was. Changed to, I think it's a 2+ ward save against flaming attacks. So it's more expensive, and the only thing you really gain from this is a 6+ ward save. So I think Armor of Keldor would have been taken a lot more in the old book. There we go. Shadow armor. Shadow armor is 25 points as it was in the old book. 1 foot only is the same. A 5+ armor save is the same. And in addition, the wearer gets both Scout and Strider special rules. The only thing that's different is that they get the Strider special rule. So I think that gives them... What is the Strider special rule? We will look it up. I don't have any of this stuff memorized. I'm such a noob. Okay, basically, Strider ignores dangerous terrain tests. So, as a model on foot, there wasn't too many situations where you had to take a dangerous terrain test, so I'm not sure how good that is. But you still get Scout, you still have a 5+ armor save, so that's pretty cool. Shield of the Mirrorworm? Shield of the Mirrorworm. This is a new item. And only costs 15 points. It's magic armor. And the bearer of the shield has a parry save of 4+. So that's pretty cool. A parry save is basically a ward save in close combat only. So that's cool for only 15 points. The Golden Crown. It's a talisman, so our wizards can take it. The Golden Crown was also in the old book, but it cost 40 points, so let's see, what's the difference here? This is only 10 points, whereas the old one was 40. The old Golden Crown was a one-use only, discount the first unsaved wound, even if it's killing blow. So what's this one? Only one use only, same. The Golden Crown bestows a 2+ ward save against the first wounding hit suffered by the wearer, which cancels out not only the wound, but also any killing blow or multiple wound special rules the attack has, after which its power fades and cannot be used again. So the difference is that the old one would discount it just right off the bat. This one you still have to roll 2+, which, 1/6 chance you'll get that, but there's a chance you won't, and you can't use it again. Now, if you roll a 1, does it still fade? I'm not sure. I would assume that if it doesn't do its job, then you can still use it again, but I'm not sure. But it's only 10 points, sheesh. This would go on my level 2 mage, for sure, because it's only 10 points. My mage can only take stuff to 50 points, and it's cheap. So, and it's crown, talisman, so the mage can wear it. Moranian's Wayshard. I read that as Moron at first. So this is an enchanted item. So another model on foot only. Bearer of the Moranian's Wayshard has the Ambusher special rule. He can also give the Ambusher special rule to a friendly archers or spearmen unit, up to 30 models in size, and chosen from High Elves, immediately before deployment. If he does so, he immediately joins the unit and cannot leave until the turn after the one in which the combat was deployed. So what is the Ambusher special rule? This is why it always takes me a long time to build a list, because I'm like, oh, what is that? I have to look it up. A unit with the Ambusher special rule does not deploy at the start of the battle. Instead, from turn 2 onwards, the controlling player rolls a dice at the start of the turn for each unit of his ambushers that have yet to arrive. On 1 or 2, the ambushers have been delayed, but you'll be able to roll for them again next turn. On a 3 or more, the unit of ambushers arrives and will enter the board during the remaining move subphase. If the ambushers do not turn up for the entire game, they are assumed to have gotten lost and are treated as having fled the battle for the purpose of determining the victor. So they can enter the battlefield on any edge, any point on the battlefield edge. So, and using the rules for reinforcements. So that is a bit of a gamble. If you want to gamble that starting turn 2, this is going to be good for games that you know are going to be long. Tournament play might not be as useful, though it might be fun. I don't know. I'm not that experienced, so don't take my word for it. If anyone has any ideas like how that might be fun to use, let me know. Ken's Ring of Fury. So this is basically casting. This is about a spell. Casting Soul Quench, which used to be Fury of Cain. So that's where Kane's Ring of Fury, the name stuck somewhere in there. 25 points. This, the Ring of Fury equivalent, was instead of Ken's Ring of Fury, it used to be just Ring of Fury and 40 points. So this is lots cheaper, does the same thing. So that's cool. It's a Gem of the Starfire. I thought there was something similar in the other book. But one use only during the turn in which the Gem of Starfire is used. All of the bearer's spells, shooting attacks, and close combat attacks, and his mounts, if he has one, has a +1 bonus to wound. Rolls of 1 still fail, provided that they also have the flaming attack special rule. I'm not really sure what that means. Provided that they also have the flaming attack special rule. It sounds like they wanted to say that all the attacks have flaming attack special, but it's hard to tell. The next one is Book of the Beards, which is an item that came over from the old book. It's only 10 points, whereas the old one was 35. So let's see how they differ. So this one, the cloak causes fear. Straight up. I think the old one was only affected dwarves. Dwarves both hate and fear the Cloak of the Beards. This one causes fear to anybody. And any models chosen from the dwarves' army, the wearer causes terror instead. However, all models from the dwarves gain the hatred special rule. So dwarves are both terrified and hate the Cloak of the Beards. And all other models fear the Cloak of the Beards. In addition, at the start of each close combat phase, roll a d6 for each magic item carried by each model from the dwarves' army that is in base contact with the bearer. On a roll of 4+, that magic item is destroyed and cannot be used for the rest of the battle. Note this has no effect on magic items that are mount, blah 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 blah. So this is the same kind of rules of Arcane Forging. So 4+. So this would be interesting. It'd be funny to put this on just a random dude and like a champion in a unit, because it's only 10 points, and on the off chance that you might face a dwarf army, throw that guy into the most powerful dwarf and see what happens. That would be fun. Okay, so this is our only arcane item, Book of Hoth. This is pretty dang cool. So the Book of Hoth, 55 points, so it cannot be taken by our level 2 mage. So only bigger games can we take it. Book of Hoth allows the bearer to re-roll a single die from each of his casting or dispelled attempts. Awesome! Results of 6 cannot be re-rolled. So you can't use it to get rid of a miscast. But what this lets you do is, if you have your level 3 or 4 mage, you can throw 1 die at spells. Those 5-up spells, 1 die, because in addition to their level, they have a special rule that gives them a +1 to their casting attempts. In the old book we had +1 to dispel attempts, but now it's +1 to casting attempts from the lore of high magic only. So if you need a 5-up, throw 1 die at it. If you get the natural 1 or 2, I think, that fails, re-roll it. I don't see anything bad with that. Let's see. Let's do the math here. You have a 1/3 of 1/3, 1/9 chance of failing a cast for just rolling 1 die with Book of Hoth. That's really awesome. 1/9 chance. Like that. So my level 1 mage will always be taking Crown of Azure, and level 3 and 4 mage will always be taking Book of Hoth. The Book of Hoth in the old book cost 100 points. Yikes! And any spell will be cast with irresistible force on any successful casting roll, which includes any doubles except a miscast. So the old Book of Hoth basically lets you get off irresistible force spells a lot easier. This one lets you get off any spells a lot easier. Very cool. And dispel. Oh, so good. Okay. So the next one is the Banner of the World Dragon, which is our only banner in the book, which is sad. We lose our Banner of Sorcery, which I really liked. So the Banner of the World Dragon costs 50 points instead of its 60 points before. Before, really, the only unit, you could only take it on a Battle Standard Bearer, because that's the only guy who could carry a banner costing more than 50 points. All the special units can only carry banners costing up to 50 points. However, in this book, the Dragon Princes can take a banner costing up to 70 points, so we'll see what happens there. So, how this changes. So the Banner of the World Dragon before had The unit is completely immune to all spell effects, whatever their source. This includes friendly spells, bound items, and spells with area effects that were cast on nearby units. Spells which are cast on another unit, such as Flaming Sword of Ruin, will not work as normal, as will all magic weapons used to attack them. So basically, nullifies all magic. This Banner of the World Dragon gives 2+ ward save against all wounds caused by spells, magic weapons, and magical attacks. Furthermore, dragons, friend or foe within 12 inches of the banner, have the stubborn special rule. Funny that it's friend or foe. So that's different from the old banner. The difference is that it's not completely immune. You still have to roll a 2+, and it's all spells, magic weapons, and magical attacks. That's very cool. So what's most exciting about this is that it's cheap enough that special units can take it. It doesn't have to be a BSB that takes it. So, you know, throw this somewhere where you want your ultra bunker, and yeah, they're going to be immune to any spells. Artillery is still going to be a problem, but spells are not going to do much. So that ends the magical items section. Oh, I lied. There are a couple more magical items that are kind of hidden. Of course, each character has their own special items, but let's see. An army that includes Illyriel the Radiant can also take the following magic items. The Horn of Isha. So this is a one-time use that can be used at the start of your movement phase. And for the remainder of the turn, all models in the bearer's unit receive a +1 to hit bonus on all shooting and close combat attacks. Yes. Yes. So this would be awesome on Sisters of Avalorn because, well, duh. Because they have a really awesome ballistic skill and strength for magical flaming attack hits. So yeah, let's use that. So make sure those arrows hit and hit hard. The Banner of Avalorn is a magical standard, and spells from the Lore of Light and Lore of Life cast by a friendly wizard that target a unit containing the Banner of Avalorn receive a 4+ bonus, or +4 bonus to cast. Wow! So you're pretty much guaranteed to get anything off, any spells off on a unit that has this banner. That's really cool. Unfortunately, if Illyriel is slain, the ability is lost. The Handmaiden of the Everqueen can take the Horn of Isha at 50 points. And the Battle Standard Bearer can take the banner and for 40 points. So your Handmaiden and the Battle Standard Bearer are the only two that can use those items as far as I can tell at this moment.